All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Wade Grasswitz, owner of Joy Dog Food, the man behind the Super Hunt, all that stuff, and that's what we're going to be talking today is the Super Hunt. This is a special edition of the Fuel by Joy podcast, and this, of course, some of you guys will be watching this on Kane Stream Media. This is be members only for a little while, and then it'll come out for everybody to see. But Wade, we're going to talk Super Hunt today, and let's get started with just I feel like everybody knows what it is now, but there's going to be a lot of people that watch this that still don't understand what we got going on here or what we're doing with the Super Hunt. So let's just give them a quick explanation of what the Super Hunt actually is.
Well, honestly, it was your idea um, years ago. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, wow, that's fantastic. So basically, we take the 2024 World Hunt winners, PKC, UKC, AKC for the first year. This is the first time we've had AKC. Um, and then the pro sport, basically, their representative as I think they call it their All American.
Yep.
Um, and we put them all together in East Texas. Um, Big weekend. It's fun. Um, we do it. We do it right. It's a 2 day deal, and we turn them loose. We turn them loose. Top four dogs as far as world hunts in 2024, and there'll be one person that'll win, and we kind of that is the that is the world champion for 2024. And Joy Dog Food and Cane Stream do it and do it right.
And you think of some of the dogs, this is our third year,
Right.
and we've already had Tank and Echo and Lady and Cookie and Jenna and Stogie. And this year we've got Crash and Lacey and all these amazing dogs. You look at what Crash has just won this year is astounding. Not just the World Hunt, winning the AKC World Hunt, but I don't know how many thousands of dollars that dog's won. You look at Hooker just coming off two big wins down in Texas at that $6,500 Pro Classic, where she picked up another $20,000, $30,000 or something like that to her name. And then Little Lacey is a Super Stakes winner, and I'm pretty sure she won Super Stakes. I'll have to double check that, but I think she won Super Stakes one year. She's won a bunch with both Casey and Eric Pyatt behind her. Lacey, of course, the UKC world champion. And then Juliet, who I know got second at the Battle of the Brides this year. She's in every single Final Four of the pro sport hunts, it seems like. She's done some winning in PKC as well. These are top notch dogs every year.
Yeah, year in, year out. It's like the who's who in the coonhound world. Um, and just like Lane the other night, we were there. Um, what an ending to that.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's embarrassing. I shook Strickland's hand. I was like, "You're going to Texas." And 30
Good.
seconds later, they find a little ear in a hole and get to shaking a branch or shaking a limb, swallowing, and the coon runs out.
And
So
I seen what they were looking at, and what they were looking at was not actually a coon. It looked like a coon. It looked like the side of a coon and an ear in his fort. And I had went over there and looked at it. Now these trees, it wasn't the tree Juliet was treed on. It was the tree next to it, but there was an obvious big vines going over there
yeah.
into it. Obviously scoreable tree. I mean, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah.
Both
No, it was a horrible tree for sure.
yeah. But they're trying to get this thing that is not a coon to move, and they go to shaking these vines in a completely different spot. A coon pops out and climbs right up the top of the tree right in front of the judge. And me and you were both standing by John. I said, John, if they ain't found a coon by now, it's 5 minutes into shine time. So if they ain't
Oh
found a
yeah.
coon now, these two trees with no leaves or something, they ain't finding one.
And what did he
And
say? He goes,
he said,
don't even say that. He goes, I've been here
I,
before.
jinxed- I jinxed him something terrible. But no, and what we do down there is special too. We treat these guys like world champions ought to be treated. You figure when, Michael Jordan goes to the NBA finals, he's not paying his own entry fee. He's not paying his salary to be there. These guys have zero entry fee, all expenses paid, $5,000 to the winner. They're out nothing if they lose, but it's worth the trip to try to win. And it's also the prestige of winning the Super Hunt is, I think, to the level now, especially year after year, that it's getting, and especially it's gonna be bigger than winning one of the world hunts, prestige wise. I know the money's better at one of the world hunts or something like that, but people remember who won the super hunts. You know, it's Get
Oh
Gone
yeah.
Jenna, you know it's Lady. You know, they know who won those hunts, and they'll always know who won those hunts.
Yeah. Well, like first thing Lane hollered was that coon up. He goes, I'm going to Texas. Like I'm going to Disney, and he hollers, I'm going to Texas. So yeah,
You
it
know,
is.
when I remember in the PKC World Hunt, um, that cast was over with a couple trees left to score. Hooker couldn't lose. We had to go score Cookie. We had to go score, I believe, Echo. I can't remember. We were walking, and it was over. I mean, Doug couldn't. There was no way, barring Hooker, I think, and I think she may have been leash locked even. He may have even had her on the leash, but it was a done deal. And I was talking to Doug. I was like, that means you get to come to Texas right now. And it dawned on him because I think that March World Hunt was so different for everybody. We just had the Super Hunt.
I
We
know.
just had it in February. We get our new contestant for the next year in March. And we just had the Super Hunt, a few weeks before that. And I told Doug, I was like, you get to come to Texas. And then it dawned on him. He's like, oh, yeah. He goes, that's right. He just remembered it. He was super excited about being there too. And a lot of that is the credit to the hunters that we've already had there. You look at Scott and Shy and Tyler the first year, Joey, you know, everybody there last year, Strickland and Cody Carter and Justin Davenport and all them guys. They all come back. They tell everybody how, they were treated, how good the hunting was, how the lodge was,
The
all
food,
that stuff. And the food. My gosh, the food's
over
amazing.
the top. Yeah.
And so everybody wants to be there. And so it's become a big kind of priority for these guys after they win this hunt to make sure and get to go to Texas.
When we first reserved that place, and I thought this is plenty big. Gosh, there's four great big bunk rooms and two private bedrooms in the back. This is plenty big, but and I know Josh, you have to tell a bunch of people no too, but I have people. Can I go with you? Can I meet you
Mhm.
out there? And these contests, these guys that have won the world hunts and stuff, I want to bring four guys with me. We can't, you know,
Yeah.
we're out of room. They're going to bring. Yeah, we limited to what, one or two,
Yeah. Well,
two
whatever they
people.
can whatever they
Yeah,
can fit in beds. Now, if they want to bunk up together and spoon, that's fine. So they can do whatever they want, but they get one room with two beds, and there's four of them. There's four hunters. They each get to bring a guest, each have a bed, or they can bring 10 or 12 in there and just pile in and sleep on floors. We don't care. We feed them all, we house them all, whatever. But there's only two beds. They need to make sure they're aware of that before they get there.
right.
But no,
No, I'm
it's
already about it.
a lot
I'm already
of
excited
well
about it.
is you look at what Kevin and Karen do. You look at what Mark does for us with the lodge. He gives us a really good deal on that lodge.
Yes, he
That's a
does.
neat place. Just if you want to go to East Texas and hunt a red stag or hunt exotic game and get wined and dined in a really nice lodge and have really good people look after you, that's a good destination too. The Red Stag Ranch there in Buffalo, Texas, or Centerville, Texas. I'm sorry.
No, I just like last year. Wow, the first or both years, the hunting is insane. Um, we don't walk through fields and cross very many fences or anything. It's just solid, straight timber.
Hmm.
Um, like last year, we were in a bunch of coons. Um, Strickland got off there in a little pocket and was treating them like squirrels. Um, but no, we've had so far, knock on wood, we've had great weather. It's always in the 60s, mid 60s, 40s at night. Um, we've had no rain. We haven't got off in a bunch of flooded areas. Um, and we've treed plenty of coon. Um,
For last
so
year, at the beginning of the hunt, mosquitoes were eating us alive. That's how warm
yes,
it was down there. It had got up to, I believe, 71, 72 degrees that night when we turned loose last year.
Right. But no, I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
What about you've got to hunt with Juliet? Have you hunted with any of the other three? Trying to think.
No, I have not.
Because I've
I
hunted
have
with,
not.
I believe I've hunted with all four of them. Um, yeah, I've hunted with all four of them. I've drawn Little Lacey when Eric was hunting her a couple times. I've got to film Crash, of course, in the EHS and a few other hunts down at the Mark Hall. I pleasure hunted. No, I didn't pleasure hunt with Crash. I pleasure hunted with Cal. No, I pleasure hunted with Crash. We pleasure hunted with Crash a couple times actually down at Strickland's. Um, I'm pretty familiar with him. I've seen him go a lot. Hooker, I've only got to see go that one time in the finals of the World Hunt. Lacey, I've got to see, of course, those two times, and Juliet, I've got to see twice. So I'd say of all the dogs, Crash is probably the one I'm most familiar with. And so maybe I'm a little biased here, but I think Crash is probably the dog to beat in this thing. Now, don't get me wrong, they're all amazing, but I know the terrain I'm turning him loose in. I know what the dog's capable of, how quick he can tree coons. And it wouldn't surprise me if Crash had a ladylike performance, when treed three quick ones or four quick ones or something like that. The trick is with Crash is getting to him, getting him off the tree, getting him recut because he's not very long in between trees, 10, 12 minutes usually. And I've seen
Wow.
him miss a little bit here and there, but it's pretty rare. Dog's pretty accurate. And I know Duel's going to have him right. I think he's probably going to go down there and go hunting early. A lot of these guys are coming down early to go, hunt around the area, not in the area that we're hunting for the super hunt, but around it. So I don't know. They're all great dogs, but Crash is probably, I believe, would be if DraftKings came in here and wanted to do a line on this. I think Crash would be the betting favorite.
Yeah, it just depends on how much these other guys been hunting too. So um, I know Duel's been down in Mississippi, he's been in Texas. He's been hunting hard. I think he's home right now, but um, he mentioned about coming out early. Um, I know Casey's coming out early. I'm not sure what Doug's doing. Is Doug coming out early or not?
I think Doug might come out a day or two early, and I know they're all going to be there. The lodge opens up on 2 nights
Thursday.
before the hunt. So most of them
Thursday.
are probably going to hunt a couple nights before the hunt. And like last year, we hunted Thursday, we hunted 2 nights before the hunt. Strickland did not hunt Lady before the hunt. Joey and Cody and Justin
Justin.
both hunt. And
Justin wanted to hunt every night, all night. So
yeah, yeah, the first hunt, pleasure hunt down there, we turned Tank, Cookie, and I believe Hazel loose. I can't remember if we turned Hazel loose or not. Of course, she don't look like she's really ready to get turned loose now. But um, I don't think I may not have turned Hazel loose, but I know Tank. He ran some hogs. He got all the way down by the Trinity, way down there by the river bridge east of camp, and got treed down there on a coon. Cookie treed a den and a slick, I believe. So I don't think either dog looked that great. Now we cut Hazel and Cookie one time on Friday night. They were both split 50 yards apart out of the truck. Boom, both had coons. And Justin and Cody put Cookie up on that. And I don't think Tank got turned loose on that Friday night. And so who knows what they're going to do this year? I know last year before that hunt, me and Honey Bun talked about, hunting them before the hunt, getting them used to this. But really, these dogs are so good. I don't know if it makes a lot of difference. I think it just puts the hunter's mind at ease more than it does do the dog a lot of good. But maybe I'm wrong.
so we do anything different this year? Doing
What's that?
steak one night. What's Saturday night? What's the food Saturday night?
I don't know. I don't know. Friday night's a steak,
Right.
and we're gonna have some chicken there for Casey. Throw a couple chicken on the Barbie, and then we usually do the barbecue. They're from town there at Centerville.
Right.
So we'll probably do that again on Saturday, I'm guessing. But yeah, it's them steaks last year were probably the best steaks I've ever eaten Friday night.
We're good. I think we'll have some visitors this year too, so
Yeah.
I need to get a head count.
But no, it's gonna be a good one. I don't see barring, crazy, something going on with the weather or something like that. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a really good time. And the video is gonna be high quality. Of course, Ben Sheets coming to help us, all that stuff too. So
Yeah,
it's
so
gonna be great.
Ben, yeah. Ben's a godsend. He's a huge help for us.
Yeah. He is. He takes a lot off my plate whenever we go down there and do that and make it to where we can bring something, a good quality production to the coon hunting world, and get the coverage that this thing deserves.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's all I got, Wade. I think everybody's looking forward to the super hunt. Is there anything you want to add before we close this down?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm, all excited about it. I got a busy week next week. I'm going Monday, Tuesday, um, out of town. Come home Thursday, fly out Thursday morning. So it's going to be a fast and furious week. But no, I can't wait to get to Texas.
Nope, I can't
So
either. And if any of you guys watching this want to view the last two super hunts, one is on Joy Dog Foods page, the one that was won by Tyler Compton, of course, and then Cane Stream took that over last year. So check out both the 2022, 2023 super hunts, from that competition year. And we have the third one coming out for you in a few days. I believe it's going to air on the 24th, February 24th, about 7 p.m. So everybody get your calendars clear because that's going to be a good one.
absolutely. All right, Josh. Thanks for your time today.
All right. Thank you, Wade.
Yep. See you.
See you later.